Hi, it's Sue Greenwald here with Awakened Stories. I'm here today with Deanna Carr with the Mystical Moonlight. Hey, Deanna, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, good. We've got some Q&A follow-up from viewers and, of course, myself about the Pearl Harbor videos we've done. So if you
Okay.
haven't watched them in the past, go back and watch them on this playlist. Fascinating stuff, right?
Yeah.
So the question was, and I kind of already know the answer, but we're going to ask it. Why is it the Japanese government did not expose the Americans? Okay, so we might want to do a quick reiteration of the overview of the story.
Okay. Okay. So what happened was the US actually decided that they wanted information. And the best way to do something like that is to make a setup, to make a stage, to make a performance so that people are backing you. Because how many people are really going to back you if they know that you went against everybody else's ideas and went and started a war for no reason? So if they have a good enough excuse, they're going to get everybody's backing. So they started off by, putting these little I don't want to say tear jerkers, but they started bringing in these little cookie crumbs saying like, oh, it's the Japanese, they're doing this. We need to start getting them. And then we had Pearl Harbor where it was a huge massacre, killing thousands and thousands of people. And what is somebody's response going to be? Oh, we need to get them back. So you riled up a whole country thinking that they're in their rights. They're supporting their country. The other people are trying to hurt us. We're doing the right thing by this, right? So by doing this, they brought this energy up. They brought the people together, but it was so easy for them to accomplish their next step, which was getting information. They wanted spies to gather and collect. Now, your question was, and if you guys want more information, go watch the other ones, okay? We don't got time for that today. But no, seriously, if they wanted to talk about the Americans and about how we kind of, you know, took this information, how we set them up, they definitely had some evidence against us. The reason they didn't was because they had little pieces in the play themselves that if they called us out, it was actually going to set them up for failure. So just because we looked good doesn't mean that they weren't doing stuff behind our back too. So what they wanted was for us to be vulnerable. They wanted us to be distracted. So the thing about the psychological warfare is it's very hard to understand and control because you're working with different entities and each entity has different mindsets happening. So for us, we wanted information. Best way to do it is you're going to take your people, get them riled up, get them ready for war, and go get what you need. Whereas they wanted to do more of a steady, sneaky tactic. So yes, we did like make it all about them, but they said if they're distracted here, right? They're distracted by all the stuff we're doing, we can easily sneak in the back door.
Right.
And that's what they started doing. They started to get their own information, but they did it in a sly way versus trying to be as productive as we were.
Or blatant.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and then if they blew that up, then that was going to put the eyes back on them. So they have a distraction going on right now, whereas if they let people see what's going on, they're going to notice the people walking in through the back door.
Got
Does
it.
that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Probably better than I could have said it. So basically, one hand is over here. Look at me, and we're
Mhm.
doing this in the background. And both
Yes.
sides were doing that, the US and the Japanese at this point.
Yeah. I mean,
But
you've got to think every government has some sort of sly game. They all play dirty no matter what. Like even if they come off as clean and healthy and nice, they are all
right,
doing something they probably shouldn't be
right.
because it's the way that honestly they try to keep us safe. They don't think that it might be a bad thing. They're like, "Oh, I'm doing it for my people." Well, where's the line?
Yeah.
And that's really the problem with most governments is they don't understand that line. Like they killed thousands of people to get what they wanted. Okay. It's not something that, is really something that we should be okay with. I mean, everything that happens has happened and that's in the past, but moving forward, they do the same manipulation now. They distract you, they pull your attention to get you riled up and then they, try to go in for what they need. Just like a snake might do, you hear the rattle, I'm going to get you.
Yep, yep. Okay. Next question. So for those that don't really know what we're talking about, please go watch the other video. I believe we did another Q&A on it. It's fascinating stuff, okay?
Yeah, we
And
we did I think two videos, possibly three on it so
yeah, yeah.
far.
And they're short, so they're so
Hmm.
interesting though. Okay,
Hmm.
so the question then is, why is the lie continued by old Japanese soldiers telling the stories about the kamikazes? And it said even some of them volunteered and were beaten or called cowards, threatened, etc. Like, why did they perpetuate that lie?
Well, think about it this way. What happens when you have something at stake? When somebody has dirt on you, when somebody has something that you hold valuable to, something that could ruin them or destroy them, they will do what they have to and stick to it. It's kind of just like, I'm horrible with names, people. Who's the guy that walks on the moon?
Neil
That he's
Armstrong?
I think that's him. There's a
Buzz
whole
Aldrin?
bunch of, I think it's Buzz.
Yeah,
He's coming out now because he
yeah,
can't keep his mind straight,
yeah,
and
yeah,
now he's telling people what really happened.
yeah.
Now that's because he literally can't keep his mind straight. Whereas somebody that is in the right mindset, they will keep their mouth, their tongue tied and all that
Right,
because they know that if they start leaking stuff,
right,
stuff is going to start happening.
right.
Usually it happens to family members first.
Yeah. Okay. So interesting. So please go watch
Mhm,
that movie. Now, this is a separate but semi-related question. Okay, so it's
mhm.
about World War II. This person is asking about Winston Churchill, and it said he was the one that started the war and manipulated Hitler into the spotlight, and Hitler became the scapegoat. Do you believe that? I mean, this is a really big topic, so we're not going to
This
go into it.
this this is a huge topic.
Yeah.
Um, I'll say this. We're talking about Hitler, right?
Well, did
Or are we talking about
Churchill
Churchill?
really start the war, or was it Hitler? Kind of,
Well, okay, so Hitler started the war, but he was not alone.
of course.
Okay. He had many people that thought the same way. It's kind of like, you got a big cult together. There's usually one leader, but the leader is not by themselves. They need somebody else to help run it.
Right.
It's somebody in the background. So yeah, he was there helping out. He was there, working with them. Um, so it was not just him, but no, it wasn't just
Right.
his idea, if that's
Okay.
what the question is.
Okay. I think we're going to leave that one there because World War II is a huge topic and we want to spend more time on it with better questions, right? So
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge thing and it's still something that people talk about today, obviously.
obviously, yeah,
Yeah.
huge topic. Like, all right, so World War II with Pearl Harbor. Is there any other follow-up we want to do on why the lie was perpetuated, who did what? Like we've already talked kind of about those details.
Well, here's a big thing about a lie. I mean, how good would it look if how many years has it been?
Uh, s- uh,
Some large number.
80
Okay,
some.
so
Yeah, I'd have to do a
yeah,
math. Yeah,
it's been a very long time,
yeah,
but it's still something we remember. It's still something that people now have gone through. I mean, there are still people that have lived through it, right?
yeah, yeah.
Um, so what happens if all of a sudden your government says, it was me?
Not gonna be good.
It would not be good. It would be horrible for
Yeah,
them because not only are they opening up a whole can of worms for, well, why did you
right,
lie about that? Now it's what else have you lied about?
right.
This is a huge thing. Plus, you killed your own people. That's going to be
Yeah,
insane because
yeah,
now it's okay, you willingly did this to get information. You
right,
willingly sacrificed people that had loved ones, families, and all that, and then set them up saying it's something else. Then you ended up going to war for it because you did a setup. And then so it's like
Right.
one lie that they did can lead to a whole audit from the people. And let's say the people are already not happy with them. What's going to happen? I
Look at
mean,
how, look
at
at how
some
many,
point,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're good. Go ahead.
Look how many died or were injured in Pearl
Hmm.
Harbor, World War II, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, and the surrounding areas. Just that
Hmm.
alone, let alone all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy. So,
Yeah.
all right. I guess we're good for today.
Yeah. I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, Deanna.
Of course.
Bye-bye.
Bye.